This case is about the WWE and their fans protesting the product. On an episode of Monday Night Raw, they had a Divas match. It's a female wrestling match that was 30 seconds long in length. The fans weren't happy about this, and they started protesting on Twitter about how the company treats their female talent. They got the hashtag Give Divas a Chance trending worldwide, and it got noticed by some media. The following day, the company had yet to respond to this when Stephanie McMahon, a high executive in the company, tweeted Patricia Arquette about her Oscar speech about female wage equality. This prompted the WWE's most popular female wrestler, AJ Lee, to respond to Stephanie, and she said, "Your female wrestlers have record-selling merchandise and have starred in the highest-rated segment of the show several times, and yet they receive a fraction of the wages and screen time of the majority of the male roster." This made even more headlines. It got picked up by Time magazine. So later on that night, Stephanie McMahon and her father, Vince McMahon, who is the CEO of the company, both tweeted in response to all the protests, saying that they heard. They thanked everyone for voicing their opinion and implied that they were going to change the product. There was a lack of environmental scanning on the WWE's part here. The Oscars aired the day before this episode of Monday Night Raw, and it brought feminism right to the forefront of everyone's mind. And then they had that 30-second match. They should have known that in that environment it wasn't going to go over very well. And then further, Stephanie McMahon should have known in the midst of these protests, tweeting about female wage equality wasn't going to go over very well. Vince's tweet was a reversal. He took the threat and turned it into an opportunity to change product and to make the publics happy. It's a rectifying behavior or a promise to rectify behavior, and it was an ethos appeal to have Vince tweet it himself since he is the CEO and he has the most credibility and control over the company. Stephanie's tweet was a vocal commiseration. It was a non-apology, really. She said, "Thank you, AJ Lee. I appreciate your opinion." It was an attempt at a pathos appeal that fell short due to bad messaging. It wasn't worded very well. The tone was negative. It made her look dishonest and uncaring about the situation. But the reaction was successful. Ultimately, the media has dropped the topic. The fans aren't protesting anymore. The company hasn't seen a huge loss of revenue in any sort. So it was successful. They have yet to change the product. They still treat females the same way. But people aren't talking about it, so they could get away with it. It's not very ethical to sort of lie to your publics and sort of placate them in a moment of crisis like this. It could ultimately backfire on them in the end. If the fans were to start talking about it again, the company would look dishonest on top of the poor treatment of females. So it could backfire, but at this point in time, it has been successful.